3 days had passed since Lily first bonded with Ember. 3 days of ceaseless flight, desperate battles, and narrow escapes. But now, finally, all 5 Guardian pairs had been united. They gathered in the underground facility Agent Morrison had spoken of, a massive complex buried beneath a mountain, its existence unknown to the general public. Its walls lined with a strange metal that blocked the void harvesters from detecting the energy signatures of the Guardians within these protected spaces. They could rest, plan, and prepare. Lily looked at her assembled team, each bonded pair unique, each essential to their mission. Abby Chen with Aurora stood to her right. The oceanographer now controlled water in all its forms, able to create ice barriers, powerful enough to hold back dozens of hunters. Her blue-streaked hair and sapphire eyes marked her transformation. She had adapted quickly to her new abilities, her scientific mind embracing the knowledge. Aurora shared. Next to Abby stood Carla Rodriguez, a former Army demolitions expert paired with the Guardian Terra. Their bond gave them mastery over earth and stone. Carla could create earthquakes, raise walls from bedrock, and sense vibrations through the ground. Her skin now had a faint bronze sheen, her dark hair streaked with amber. Terra had been the most difficult Guardian to locate, hidden deep in a mine collapse. Carla, fighting desperately to protect trapped workers. Beside them, Nicole Foster, once an Air Force pilot, now bonded with Zephyr. Together they commanded wind and air, creating tornadoes, force fields, and even manipulating sound waves. Nicole could fly without visible wings, moving through air as if swimming. Her silver-white hair and storm-gray eyes reflected her Guardian element. Finally, Daisy Miller, the youngest of them, a former combat medic, paired with Gaia. Their bond gave them control over life energy itself, healing, promoting growth, or in battle, draining life from their enemies. Daisy's skin glowed faintly, her hair once black now threaded with vivid green. She could touch a dying plant and restore it instantly. 5 women, 5 Guardians, 5 elements, 5 bonds, complete. At last they were ready to move from defense to offense. Agent Morrison entered the conference room, followed by a team of scientists and military personnel. Morrison had survived the attack on Lily's cabin, bringing Maya to safety. The Sideri woman, now recovered from her injuries, sat at the head of the table, her silver eyes taking in the 5 bonded pairs with obvious pride. The humans have a saying. Maya began. 5 fingers make a fist. She smiled. Now we can truly fight back. Morrison activated a holographic display showing the current situation the void harvesters had established, harvesting spires in 20 major locations globally. Power grids had failed across continents. Communications relied on hardened military systems. Conventional forces fought valiantly, but ineffectively against an enemy they barely comprehended. Casualty estimates, Morrison said, her voice tight, are in the millions and climbing. The harvesters drain life energy directly. Humans in proximity to spires are being consumed. She looked at the bonded pairs. The President has authorized all measures. All resources are at your disposal. You are officially designated as Vanguard Force. Lily stepped forward, studying the tactical display. Ember sharing his knowledge through their bond. The spires form a pattern. She noted they create a resonance field. Once completed, they will open a gateway large enough for the Harvester mothership to enter our dimension. Maya nodded. Her holographic staff materialized in her hand. She used it to indicate a location in the Pacific Ocean. This is their target, the deepest part of your ocean, the Challenger Deep. They seek to establish their final spire there, completing the gateway. How long do we have? Nicole asked Zephyr, allowing her to calculate wind patterns and energy flows across the globe. Less than 24 hours, Maya replied. Once the gateway opens, the mothership will bring thousands more hunters and begin the final harvest phase. Earth will be consumed in days. The scientists looked grim. The military officers exchanged glances. One, a general with medals, covering his chest, cleared his throat. Our nuclear option. No, Lily interrupted before he could finish. Ember sharing urgent knowledge. Nuclear weapons will only accelerate the process. The harvesters feed on all energy, including radiation, and attack of that magnitude would simply give them more power. Carla nodded, Terra confirming this. We need to target the spires directly, she said, and we need to hit them simultaneously. If we destroy one, the others will simply channel more power to compensate the UI. Bond pairs can do this, Maya confirmed, but it will require perfect coordination. And Daisy Miller looked up, her green eyes intense. What about the Challenger, Deep Spire? The one not yet built. Maya turned to her. The final spire is their most vulnerable point. It is not yet fully manifested, but it is also their most heavily defended. The Harvester Vanguard will protect that location with everything they have. So we need 2 operations. Lily concluded her military training, combining with Ember's tactical knowledge, a coordinated strike team to hit the existing spires, and a main assault force to prevent the final spire from being completed. Morrison studied the display. We have transport aircraft that can get your teams to the spire locations. She said, experimental tech designed to mask energy signatures. They can't fly directly over the spires, the interference is too strong, but they can get you close. Abby raised a hand. I should lead the Challenger. Deep mission, she said. Aurora and I understand. Ocean pressure water environments better than anyone. We can operate effectively at those depths. Nicole nodded. Zephyr and I will coordinate the simultaneous strikes, she said. Air supremacy gives us the speed to ensure timing is perfect. That leaves Lily, Carla, and Daisy as the main assault force, Maya said. 3 elements: fire, earth, and life. Well matched against the void. The planning continued into the night. Details refined, contingencies established. The 5 bonded pairs trained together, learning to combine their elemental powers. Creating devastating combination attacks they hoped would be enough. During a brief rest period, Lily found Maya alone, staring at a holographic image of Earth. She looked tired despite her otherworldly grace. You never told me, Lily said quietly, joining her, why you really chose humans to bear this burden. Your own people have fought the Harvesters for millennia. Why trust our species? Maya was silent for a long moment. The Scifi are dying, she admitted finally. Her birth rate has fallen to near 0 in the past century. The few children born lack the strength of previous generations. The Harvesters have taken too much from us. Too many worlds, too many lives. She turned to Lily, her silver eyes shimmering with emotion. We needed a younger race, one still full of fire and determination, one that fights against impossible odds and sometimes wins. She touched the hologram of Earth. Your kind reminds me of what the Scifi once were. Passionate, creative, relentless. Even your brief lives give you an intensity my people have lost. You value each moment because you have so few. Lily understood then. This was not just about saving Earth. It was about saving the Scifi as well. A dying race, placing their last hope in humanity. Dawn brought final preparations. The transport aircraft, huge black vessels with technology clearly beyond conventional human engineering, waited on underground runways. Each bonded pair received specialized equipment designed to enhance their abilities. Communication devices that worked through the Harvester's interference, armor that adapted to their transformed physiology, weapons that channeled their elemental powers. The moment of parting came all too quickly. Nicole and Carla would lead the teams attacking the existing spires. Daisy would coordinate from the command center, using her life energy sensing to monitor the global operation. Lily and Abby would assault the Challenger deep, preventing the final spire. As they prepared to board their transports, Lily gathered the bonded pairs one last time. We were strangers days ago, she said. Now we are sisters in battle, bonded not just to our guardians, but to each other. Whatever happens today, know that we fight for everything, for our world, for each other, for a future worth having. The women clasped hands in a circle, their guardian's presence flowing between them, a current of ancient power and human determination. Their eyes glowed with their respective elements. A rainbow of fire, water, earth, air, and life energy. Then they separated, each to their mission, each carrying the hopes of 2 civilizations. The transport carrying Lily and Abby flew low over the Pacific, avoiding detection, its stealth systems rendering it nearly invisible to both human and harvester sensors. Inside, Lily meditated, focusing her bond with Ember, strengthening their connection. For what lay ahead, they would need every advantage. Abby sat across from her, Aurora's presence, visible as blue energy, flowing around her. The scientist had adapted remarkably to her transformation. Her analytical mind perfect for understanding the complex nature of the Guardian. Bond. We arrive in 20 minutes, the pilot announced, breaking cloud cover. Now Lily opened, her eyes looking out the viewport. The ocean stretched below, seemingly peaceful, but her enhanced senses detected the wrongness. The water, too, still too dark. Energy being drawn from the very sea itself. There, Abby pointed to a disturbance in the water. Pattern A, massive whirlpool forming unnaturally at center, glowing with purple light. The beginnings of the final spire, and surrounding it, void hunters, hundreds of them hovering above the water. Their forms larger, more substantial than any they had faced before. These were elites. Ember supplied the vanguard of the harvester forces. Lily soared through the night sky, the ethereal wings of Ember carrying her with impossible speed. The bond between them had transformed her, giving her abilities beyond human limitation. She could see energy patterns in the air currents, sense electromagnetic fields, and most importantly, feel the presence of the other guardians. The closest one was southeast, approximately 300 miles away. Lily adjusted her course, following the pull of that distant connection. The wind rushed past her face, exhilarating. Despite the dire circumstances below, her cities went dark as the void. Harvesters drained power systems. Military aircraft scrambled, visible as heat signatures, but they moved with purpose, without direction. They cannot see what they fight, Ember thought. Within their shared consciousness, they fire at shadows. Lily agreed, using their telepathic link to communicate. The world governments would be responding to the crisis with conventional weapons useless against the interdimensional threat. How could they fight what they did not understand? The knowledge that flowed from Ember into her mind painted a grim picture. The void harvesters were ancient, older than the Siduri, older perhaps than many galaxies. They existed partially outside normal space, consuming energy across multiple dimensions. They had destroyed countless civilizations, leaving dead worlds in their wake. The Siduri had fought them for millennia, developing the Guardians as their final desperate measure. As she flew, Lily sensed a disturbance ahead. A massive energy drain centered over what appeared to be a military installation. Curiosity and concern pulled her toward it. She descended cautiously, maintaining enough altitude to escape if necessary. Below her, a military base sprawled across the landscape. But something was wrong. A crystalline structure had erupted from the center of the compound. Glowing with sickly purple light, it rose nearly 500 feet into the air. Around it, soldiers lay motionless, their life energy visibly draining into the crystal defense vehicles. Sat abandoned weapons, silent, a harvesting spire. Ember identified the first of many. They establish energy collection points to power their larger vessels. Lily felt rage building within her. Those were fellow soldiers below. Perhaps people she had served with, dying while unable to fight back. We should destroy it, she thought. We can, Ember agreed, but it will alert others to our presence. We may lose the advantage of surprise, Lily considered, this weighing tactical options with her military training. The Spire would continue to kill, but revealing their capabilities too soon might jeopardize their larger mission. The decision was made for her. A group of dark shapes emerged from the base of the Spire, void scouts like those that had attacked her cabin, but larger, more substantial. These were hunters. Ember supplied the knowledge designed to track and eliminate threats. They sensed us despite our caution. Ember warned, they hunt energy, signatures. Our bonding shines like a beacon to them. The hunters launched themselves skyward, moving with terrifying speed. Their forms twisted and stretched, defying physics as humans understood it. They emanated cold, a cold that went beyond temperature, into the realm of spiritual emptiness. Lily did not hesitate. She called upon Ember's power, feeling it surge through her combined being. Golden fire gathered around her hands, forming into spheres of concentrated energy. With precision born from years of combat training, she launched the spheres at the approaching hunters. The first sphere struck true. The hunter it hit screamed a sound that existed simultaneously in multiple frequencies. It dissolved into particles of dark matter, then reformed, its shape twisting unnaturally. "They adapt quickly," Ember cautioned. "We must use different attacks each time." Lily understood, calling upon instincts that were not entirely her own. She created a blade of pure energy, extending it from her hand like a sword. As the nearest hunter reached her, she slashed downward, cutting through its form. The hunter split apart, the severed sections dissolving. More approached from all sides. Lily spun in midair, Ember's wings carrying her in complex, evasive maneuvers. She struck with energy blasts, with blades, with concentrated light. Each attack different, each temporarily effective. But the hunters kept coming. Adapting, learning. "We cannot defeat them all," Ember warned. "They call more. Their numbers grow." Lily knew he was right. Already she could see more dark shapes rising from the spire. A tactical retreat was their only option. She banked sharply, accelerating away from the confrontation. The hunters pursued, closing the distance with unnatural speed. "Think," Lily told herself. What would affect creatures of void energy? Matter and energy were their opposites, filling the emptiness they embodied. An idea formed in their shared consciousness. Ember recognized it immediately, providing the knowledge she needed. Lily focused their combined power differently. Instead of creating energy to fight the void, she reversed the flow, drawing power inward. Then, with a sudden, explosive gesture, she released it. Not as fire or light, but as a gravitational pulse. The effect was immediate. The hunters were pulled violently toward each other, their void forms compressing, crushing against one another. They could not adapt quickly enough to this fundamental force. Their screams echoed across multiple frequencies as they collapsed into a single point of intense darkness, then imploded, leaving nothing behind. Lily did not wait to see if more would follow. She accelerated toward her original destination. The encounter had cost precious time and energy. She could feel the strain on both her human body and Ember's essence. The bond was strong but not unlimited as she flew. Lily noticed changes to her perception. Her vision occasionally shifted, showing her multiple layers of reality simultaneously. Her hearing extended beyond normal range. She could sense emotions, intentions from living beings below. Something of Ember's alien nature had transferred to her, just as something of her humanity had transferred to him. The connection to the nearest guardian grew stronger, pulling her toward a coastal city now mostly dark from power failures. She descended carefully, landing on the roof of a tall building to survey the situation. The city was in chaos. Emergency vehicles moved through streets filled with confused citizens. Military cordons were being established around the downtown core. A no-fly zone had clearly been implemented. Helicopters patrolled with searchlights. And there in the harbor, Lily could see it. Another harvesting spire. This one partially submerged, in water drawing energy from both the city and the ocean itself. Marine life floated lifeless on the surface around it. More concerning, she saw void hunters moving systematically through the streets. They appeared as shifting shadows to normal vision, but to Lily's enhanced perception they glowed with negative energy. Each one that touched a human left them collapsed, drained. "The Guardian is below." Ember directed her attention to a building near the harbor, a research facility surrounded by military vehicles. Someone is fighting there. Lily focused her senses, feeling the distinctive energy signature of another bonded pair. They were indeed fighting. She could feel bursts of guardian power. But something was wrong. The energy was erratic, unstable. "They struggle," Ember said. "Their bond is incomplete. They need help." Lily launched herself from the rooftop, flying toward the research facility. As she approached, she saw signs of battle, scorch marks on walls, broken windows. Bodies of soldiers and civilians alike lay scattered, some moving weakly, others terrifyingly still. A perimeter of void. Hunters surrounded the building, trying to force entry, but something kept them at bay. A barrier similar to what Maya had created, but flickering unstable. Lily did not announce herself. She struck from above, releasing a concentrated beam of golden energy that cut through 3 hunters simultaneously. The remaining hunters turned their attention to this new threat, giving her the opening she needed. She crashed, through a broken window, rolling to absorb the impact, coming up in a defensive stance. The interior of the laboratory was devastated. Equipment destroyed, documents scattered. A team of scientists huddled behind overturned tables while soldiers fired, weapons that clearly had little effect on their attackers. And there in the center, a woman in a lab coat stood with arms outstretched, maintaining the failing barrier. Around her coiled a guardian dragon smaller than Ember, with scales of deep blue. Its form flickered between solid and translucent. Lily approached carefully. The woman turned her eyes wide with strain, sweat pouring down her face as she struggled to maintain the barrier. "Help," she gasped. Seeing Lily. "Who are you?" "Lily Winters," she answered. "I came for you, for both of you. The bond is incomplete." The dragon turned its head, regarding Lily with eyes of sapphire blue. Recognition flowed between the guardians, a silent communication that transcended words. "My name is Abby Chen," the woman managed. "The dragon is Aurora." She faltered, the barrier weakening further. "They came without warning. We were studying oceanic anomalies when the power failed. Then those things appeared." Lily assessed the situation quickly. The incomplete bond was killing them both. Abby lacked the strength to channel Aurora's power properly. Aurora could not fully manifest without the completed bond. They were caught in a deadly loop, draining each other. The hunters outside redoubled their efforts, sensing the weakening. "Defenses, there is no time for gentleness," Ember communicated. "We must force the completion." Lily nodded, understanding what needed to be done. She stepped forward, placing her hands on Abby and Aurora simultaneously, channeling the energy of her own completed. "Bond into them. I know this is happening fast," she told Abby. "But you must trust me. You must complete the bond with Aurora, or you will both." The cabin glowed with blue light as Maya created a protective barrier around them. Her hands moved in complex patterns, leaving trails of energy in the air. Lily watched, fascinated despite the danger. Outside, the strange ships descended dark shapes. Against the night sky, "We have minutes only." Maya said, her voice tight with concentration. "I must explain quickly." Ember, now fully transformed into a massive dragon, curled his body around the cabin, his scales hardening into armor. His wings spread overhead, creating a secondary shield agent. Kate Morrison pulled a small device from her jacket. Unlike her scanner, this one remained functional. She pressed several buttons, then spoke into it. Morrison reporting contact confirmed, Sideri presence verified. Guardian entity at full manifestation requesting immediate extraction and protocol. 7. Lily grabbed the device from her. "What are you doing? Who are you?" "Really?" Morrison met her gaze steadily. "I told you the truth. Just not all of it. I work for a division that has monitored extraterrestrial activity for decades. We detected the Sideri presence 50 years ago. We know about the void harvesters. We have been preparing." Maya continued her spell weaving, but her silver eyes narrowed. "She speaks. Truth, Lily Winters. Some on your world have known of our existence. We revealed ourselves to selected humans throughout your history. Those with the right minds, the right spirits. The barrier around the cabin solidified." With a final gesture, Maya completed. It then turned her full attention to them. "The shield will hold temporarily," she said. "Now listen carefully, time grows short." Ember growled, his massive head lowering to eye level with the humans. His thoughts flowed into Lily's mind, clear and urgent. "Show her sister. Show her the truth." Maya approached Lily slowly. "Do I have your permission?" She asked to share knowledge directly. "It is faster than words, more complete." Lily hesitated, then nodded. Maya placed her hands gently on either side of Lily's face. The touch was cool, like metal, but soft somehow. Lily gasped as images flooded her mind. a beautiful world with 3 moons and endless crystal forests. Tall, graceful beings with pointed ears and silver eyes living in harmony with nature cities, grown from living crystal technology beyond human understanding. Then darkness, the arrival of the void. Harvesters, massive entities that consumed energy in all forms, their touch withering planets, turning them to lifeless husks. War, the Scifi fighting, with advanced weapons and magic but losing billions, dying worlds falling. A final desperate plan. The creation of guardian entities, crystal eggs containing the essence of their greatest protectors, sent to worlds that might yet be saved, bonded with chosen individuals who could lead the resistance. The images shifted, showing Maya selecting Ember personally, sending him to Kepler 9D with instructions to find a worthy human. Maya watching Lily through quantum mirrors, observing her courage, her compassion, her leadership. Maya choosing her. The connection broke. Lily stumbled backward, her mind reeling from the influx of information. Agent Morrison caught her, steadying her. "You okay?" Morrison asked, her voice softer than before. Lily nodded, trying to process everything she had seen. "Maya, you chose me specifically." Why? Maya gestured to Ember, who remained in dragon form, his golden eyes watchful. "The Guardians bond only with those whose neural patterns are compatible. Only 5 humans on your planet have such patterns. You are one. The others have also received guardians." Lily remembered Elder Klaus' words on Kepler 9D. "It is rare even among our kind. This one has chosen you." She looked at Ember with new understanding. He had not randomly selected her. He had been sent specifically for her. "There are others like Ember." "Like me," Maya nodded. 5 guardians, 5 humans scattered across your world. All former warriors like yourself. All with the capacity for the bond. All with the strength to lead." Morrison interrupted. "There are reports coming in worldwide," she said, checking another device. 6 major cities experiencing total power failure. Unusual atmospheric phenomena over every continent. Military forces mobilizing globally. "The first wave has begun," Maya confirmed. "They drain power, first weakening communications defense systems. Then they will send ground forces to establish harvesting points." "Harvesting points?" Lily asked. Maya gestured, and a holographic image appeared in the center of the cabin. It showed tall crystalline structures piercing the ground like massive needles. "They extract planetary energy," she explained. "The very life force of your world. Once established, they are difficult to destroy." Morrison looked grim. "We anticipated something like this," she said. "Our organization has weapons prototypes based on recovered Scifi technology." She turned to Maya. "We salvaged artifacts from a crash 200 years ago. We reversed engineered what we could." Maya frowned. "Your weapons will slow them, not stop them. Only the Guardians have the power to truly fight them, and only when fully bonded with their chosen ones." She turned to Lily. "The bond you share with Ember is strong but incomplete. The final stage requires a melding of consciousness, a sharing of essence. It is dangerous, painful. Few can survive it, but if successful, Lily would become like you." Ember finished his thoughts, reaching all of them now. "Not exactly," Maya corrected. "Lily would remain human but enhanced. Connected to Ember, completely able to channel his powers directly. Their strengths combined. Something crashed against the barrier outside. The cabin shook, dust falling from the ceiling. A high-pitched whine filled the air, making them cover their ears, all except Ember, who roared in defiance. "They test our defenses," Maya said, her expression grim. "We must leave this place. It is too exposed." "Where can we go?" Lily asked. "The entire planet seems under attack." Morrison stepped forward. "There is a facility in the mountains, hardened against conventional and unconventional attacks, designed specifically for this scenario. We have equipment, supplies, researchers studying Scifi technology." Maya raised an eyebrow. "Your people have been busy," she observed. "Some of that technology should not be in human hands," but she nodded. "We have little choice. We must gather the others." The 5 bonded pairs must come together. Ember moved restlessly, his massive form barely contained in the small cabin. "We cannot fly in the open," he warned. They watched the skies. "Their scouts are faster than I am. We have transport," Morrison said. 10 minutes out. Designed to mask energy signatures, even ones like yours. She looked at Ember with something like awe. Lily moved to gather essential supplies, her military training taking over water, food, weapons. Her old combat gear still fit perfectly. She strapped on her tactical vest and combat boots, feeling a strange comfort in returning to soldier mode. As she packed, she asked the question that had been bothering her. "Maya, if you've been watching Earth, why wait until now to reveal yourself? Why not warn us sooner, prepare us better?" Maya looked away, her silver eyes dimming slightly. "The Cedary Council debated for centuries whether to involve your kind at all. Some believed humans too violent, too unpredictable. Others saw your potential, your adaptability, your determination. We watched your wars, your cruelty, but also your kindness, your sacrifices." She met Lily's gaze directly. "I argued for intervention. I believed in your species, but I was overruled. Then the harvesters found our hidden sanctuary, our final refuge. I acted without permission, sent the Guardians to Earth. It was forbidden." Morrison looked shocked. "You're a rogue agent." Maya smiled, a strange expression on her otherworldly face. "Yes, in your terms, I defied my leaders to save both our peoples. They would have let Earth fall as so many worlds have fallen before. Something exploded outside the barrier, flashed, then stabilized." Maya winced visibly, weakened by the attack. "The shield weakens," she said. "We must complete preparations quickly." Morrison received a message on her device. "Transport 5 minutes out, landing zone compromised." New coordinates, transmitting. Lily finished packing, then approached Ember. Her friend, her guardian, now transformed into a creature of legend. She placed her hand on his massive scaled neck, feeling the warmth and power beneath. "How do we complete the bond?" she asked him directly. "Pain," Ember replied honestly. "Transformation, sacrifice. You must be willing to give up part of your humanity to gain something greater." Lily turned to Maya. "Is it reversible?" The elven woman shook her head. "Nothing about this is reversible. Lily Winters, the bond once completed is permanent until death. Even then, something of you will remain within Ember, something of him within you. It is not a decision to make lightly." Another impact against the barrier, stronger this time. Maya staggered. The shield flickered ominously. "Decide quickly," she urged. They breached soon. Lily thought of her life before Kepler 90, ordinary, predictable, safe. Her military service had changed her, given her purpose, meaning she had seen horrors, but also wonders. She had made a difference. Her mind flashed to Elder Clo, to the resistance fighters who had fought alongside her, to the children she had helped evacuate during the final assault. She thought of Earth, of all the innocent people unaware of the danger descending from the stars. She made her decision. It wasn't really a choice at all. "How do we do this?" she asked. Maya stepped forward, placing one hand on Lily, one on Ember. "I will guide the process, but the bond must form naturally. You must open your mind completely to Ember, and he to you. No barriers, no secrets." Ember lowered his massive head until his golden eyes were level with Lily's. "I am ready, sister," he said, his mental voice warm with affection. Lily nodded. "I am ready too." Maya began to sing in a language Lily did not understand. The sounds were beautiful, haunting. They seemed to resonate on a cellular level. Her hands glowed where they touched Lily, and Ember energy flowed between. 6 months passed since Lily Winters returned to Earth. The small cabin she had purchased in Montana provided the solitude she needed after years of military service. Nestled among tall pine trees with mountains rising in the distance, it was the perfect place to adjust to civilian life and to hide her secret companion. Ember had grown considerably, no longer small enough to hide in a pocket. He now stood as large as a medium-sized dog. His scales shifted colors with his mood, most often taking on the deep green of the surrounding forest. His wings had developed too, spanning nearly 4 feet when fully extended, though he rarely spread them, preferring to keep them folded against his back. The bond between them had strengthened Lily now, communicated with Ember entirely through thoughts, their minds connected in ways she still did not fully understand. She had learned much about him in their time together. He was not truly a dragon, as humans would understand it, but something far more ancient, a guardian species that had existed in the cosmos since before many civilizations emerged. Lily sat on her porch watching the sunset paint the sky in shades of orange and pink. Ember lay beside her, his scales reflecting the fading light dew. "You miss your home?" she asked him silently. "This is home now." Ember replied, "The concept of home is different for my kind. We exist where we are needed." Lily nodded, understanding somewhat. She too had spent years making temporary homes on military bases, and Battlefield's home became people, not places. The dreams had started 3 weeks ago. Always the same. A tall woman with pointed ears and silver eyes stood in a field of stars, reaching toward Lily, speaking words she could not quite hear. When Lily woke from these dreams, she always found Ember watching her, his golden eyes intent. "Do you know who she is?" Lily had asked once. "One who watches," Ember had replied. "One who waits. One who sent me tonight as darkness fell." Lily noticed Ember growing restless. His scales rippled with changing colors, his eyes fixed on the night sky. "Something comes," he said, suddenly standing. His wings extended slightly. "What?" Lily asked, reaching for the pulse pistol she kept nearby out of habit. Ember did not answer. Instead, he moved to the edge of the porch, his head tilted upward. Lily followed his gaze and gasped. The night sky was changing. Lights appeared, not stars or satellites, but something else. Swirling patterns of blue and green energy danced across the darkness, like northern lights, but more focused, more purposeful. They seemed to pulse with intelligence. "What is that?" Lily whispered, forgetting to use her thoughts. "The first sign," Ember replied. They searched before Lily could ask more questions. Her communication pad buzzed, an unusual occurrence so late at night. She picked it up, seeing a news alert flashing on screen. "Nationwide power outages reported, authorities investigating possible solar flare activity." Lily frowned. Solar flares did not look like the lights currently painting the sky. She scrolled through more alerts, finding similar reports from around the world. Power systems failing, communications disrupted, strange lights observed globally. "Something is happening," she said. "Yes," Ember agreed. "They come." The wind picked up, suddenly cold and sharp. The lights in the sky intensified, swirling faster, forming patterns that seemed almost like writing in an unknown language. Lily felt a chill that had nothing to do with the temperature. "Ember, we need information. What is happening?" "Who are they?" "The tall ones," Ember said, his mental voice stronger than before. "The ancient watchers." "The Sideri." This was the first time Ember had named them. "The Sideri." It sounded elvish, almost mythological. "Are they dangerous?" Lily asked. "Not to you," Ember replied. "Not while I am here." The lights in Lily's cabin flickered, then went out completely. Power loss had reached her remote location. Her military training kicked in immediately. She moved through the darkness with confidence, gathering emergency supplies of flashlight, water. Her fingers brushed against her old combat knife, comfortable with its familiar weight. A vehicle approached, its headlights cutting through the darkness. Lily tensed. No one came here, especially not after dark. The nearest neighbor was 5 miles away. The dirt road leading to her cabin was unmarked. Ember growled a sound that vibrated through the floorboards. His scales flashed red, warning danger. His size seemed to increase as he moved to stand between Lily and the door. "Someone comes," he warned. "They smell of secrets and metal." Lily gripped her knife tighter, positioning herself strategically in the room. The vehicle stopped outside. She heard a car door close, followed by footsteps on the gravel. "Path A." Sharp knock on the door. "Sergeant Winters," a female voice called. "I know you're in there. This is Agent Kate Morrison, Federal Bureau of Special Investigations. We need to talk. Lily remained silent, weighing her options. This could be legitimate, or a trap. The strange lights, the power outages, now a government agent at her door. It was too coincidental. I know about your souvenir from Kepler 90. The voice continued. We detected unusual energy signatures in this area. We mean no harm to you or your companion. Ember hissed, his thoughts sharp with alarm. She knows too much. She serves others. Watch her hands, her eyes. Lily moved to the window, peering carefully through the curtain. A woman stood on the porch alone. She wore a dark suit, typical government issue. Her hair was pulled back in a tight bun. Her stance suggested military training or at least combat experience. She carried a sidearm visible under her jacket, but what caught Lily's attention was the small device in the woman's hand. Not a weapon, but a scanner of some sort. Another knock, harder this time. Sergeant Winters, this is a matter of planetary security. Please open the door. Lily made a decision. She moved to the door, positioning Ember behind her, though he clearly disapproved. Coming, she called. Stay where you are. Hands visible. She opened the door just enough to see the woman clearly. Indeed, her hands were raised, the scanner device, clearly visible. Agent Morrison, she asked. The woman nodded. Professional, efficient? Yes, Sergeant. Winters. Authorized to discuss classified matters regarding extraterrestrial entities, specifically the one you're harboring. How do you know about Ember? Lily demanded, not confirming or denying. The woman almost smiled. Our satellites detected anomalous energy readings consistent with crystal-based life forms. We've been monitoring all returning personnel from the Kepler 9D conflict. Yours were the only readings that remained active and growing in intensity. What do you want to come inside? Agent Morrison said, her eyes moving to the sky where the lights continued to dance, to explain what's happening and to offer protection. Protection? Lily almost laughed. We don't need protection. Agent Morrison looked directly at her, her expression grim. You do. The entire planet does. Those lights. She pointed upward. They're not a natural phenomenon. They're a warning. Before Lily could respond, the lights in the sky intensified, suddenly blazing with blinding brightness. The ground trembled beneath their feet. A high-pitched sound filled the air, making both women cover their ears. Only Ember seemed unaffected. He stood taller, his wings fully extended now, his scales glowing with internal light. They are here, Ember announced. But this time his voice was not only in Lily's mind, it filled the air, audible to both women. Agent Morrison stumbled back, her hand moving toward her weapon. Lily felt a surge of protective instinct. Do not threaten him, she warned the agent. But Agent Morrison wasn't looking at Ember anymore. Her eyes were fixed on something behind Lily, something inside the cabin. Lily turned slowly. The air in her living room seemed to ripple like heat waves over hot pavement. Colors swirled, blue, silver, white, forming a tall, vertical column of light. It stretched, from floor to ceiling, pulsing with energy. Step back, Ember commanded, moving forward. His size changed again, growing larger, his neck extending, his tail lengthening. Within seconds, he stood as tall as Lily, his wingspan now filling the doorway. The column of light intensified, then solidified, taking shape. A figure emerged, tall and slender, with flowing silver hair that moved as if underwater. The face was feminine, with high cheekbones and large almond-shaped eyes that glowed silver with no visible pupils. The skin was pale alabaster, smooth with a faint luminescence. The ears swept upward into delicate points, an elf. Lily thought irrationally, remembering childhood stories. The figure stepped forward, graceful despite being nearly 7 feet tall. She wore what appeared to be armor, though it moved like liquid metal flowing around her form. She looked at Ember first, her expression softening, then at Lily, her gaze intense. Almost studying, almost recognizing. Little one. The figure spoke, her voice, musical yet powerful. You have grown well. She knows Ember, Lily realized with shock. Ember lowered his head slightly in what appeared to be respect. My purpose is fulfilled, he replied. I have found the one I have protected. The tall woman nodded, then turned her attention to Lily's silver eyes locked with human ones. Lily felt a strange sensation as if the woman was looking into her very soul. Lily Winters, the woman said, "Your name echoes across the stars. Your deeds on Kepler 90 caught our attention. Your compassion, your courage, your willingness to fight for those not your own. These things are rare in any species. Who are you?" Lily demanded, finding her voice. "What are you?" "I am Maya, of the Sideri." The woman raised a hand in greeting. "We have watched your kind for millennia from the spaces between reality. We have waited for the right time, the right person, Agent." Morrison stepped forward, her scanner raised. "The readings are off the charts," she murmured. "This is exactly what headquarters predicted." Maya turned her attention to the agent, her expression cooling. "You serve the shadow government," she said. "The ones who seek our technology." The sky over Kepler 9D glowed with strange purple light as Sergeant Lily Winters packed her few belongings. The 5-year deployment had been long and hard, but it was finally over. She folded her spare uniform and placed it in her metal case next. To the small photo of her childhood home in Montana, Earth seemed like a dream now. After so long fighting alongside the native resistance against the corporate mining operations. Lily ran her hand over the scar on her left cheek, a reminder of the ambush in the northern Crystal Valleys. She had led her squad through 18 hours of combat that day, pushing back the mercenary forces and saving the sacred breeding grounds of the native species. The locals called her Firehair for her bright red locks and fierce fighting spirit. A soft knock on her quarter doors pulled Lily from her thoughts. "Come in," she called, her voice rough from the dusty air of this moon. The door slid open, revealing a small figure wrapped in shimmering robes. The native, Elder Close, stood barely reaching Lily's shoulder, her 6-fingered hands clutching something close to her chest. "Firehair, the time of parting has come." The elder spoke in her musical voice. "We bring you a gift of our gratitude." Lily stood straighter, respect making her posture perfect. The local resistance had fought bravely alongside the human peacekeeping forces. Their world had been invaded by mining corporations, seeking the valuable crystals that formed the backbone of faster-than-light travel. "I need no gift, Elder Clo," Lily said. "We did what was right. Your people have suffered enough." The elder made a sound like small bells, her species' version of laughter. "You humans always so modest, yet so proud," she said, stepping forward. "The council has agreed you alone are worthy of this honor." From within her robes, Elder Clo revealed a small crystalline object about the size of a softball. It pulsed with inner light, shifting colors from blue to green to purple. Lily had never seen anything like it in all her time on this strange moon. "This is a companion," Elder Clo explained. "It is rare even among our kind. This one has chosen you." "Chosen me?" Lily asked, confused. The object did not look alive yet. Something about it pulled at her attention, making her want to reach for it. "Yes." Elder Clo held out the crystal. "It is the last of its bloodline. We call them Drakelings, though they are not truly what you might call dragons. They bond for life, choose only when they find one worthy." Lily hesitated. Military regulations strictly prohibited taking native lifeforms off planet. But the elder was pressing the crystal toward her, and something strange was happening. The crystal was pulsing faster, its colors shifting to match the exact shade of Lily's uniform. "It is already starting," Elder Clo said with wonder. "Take it, Firehair. It is meant for you," almost against her will. Lily reached out. Her fingers touched the smooth surface of the crystal. It felt warm, alive. Suddenly the crystal shifted, losing its hard edges, becoming something else entirely. A small creature materialized in her hands, no bigger than a house cat, with iridescent scales and tiny wings folded against its back. Its eyes opened, revealing pupils of liquid gold. The creature chirped, a sound like musical notes, and curled into Lily's hands. Its weight was surprising, barely anything at all. It felt light as air, yet somehow solid. "What is this?" Lily asked, amazed, as the small creature nuzzled against her wrist. "A guardian, Elder Clo," said, her voice solemn. "A protector from the old times. It will grow with you, learn from you, become part of you. She bowed deeply. When the darkness comes, it will stand between you and harm. Lily wanted to ask more questions, but the ship horn sounded. In the distance, the transport to Earth was preparing for departure. All personnel had 30 minutes to board. Elder Chloe backed toward the door. You must not tell your superiors yet. She warned. They would not understand. Take it home. Let it bond. Then, you will understand our gift. Farewell, Firehair. May your stars shine bright. The elder vanished, leaving Lily holding the small creature. It looked up at her, blinking slowly, then made a small rumbling sound, almost like a purr. Its scales shifted again, taking on a slight reddish tint that matched her hair. What am I supposed to do with you? Lily whispered. She had no time to consider. The final boarding call would sound soon, and she could not miss her transport home. Quickly, she cleared a space in her pack, creating a soft nest with her spare shirt. The creature allowed itself to be placed inside, seeming to understand the need for secrecy. Through the inspection point, Lily felt her heart racing. The scanner passed over her bag but showed nothing unusual, almost as if the creature had become invisible to technology. The officer waved her through, and Lily boarded the transport ship that would take her back to Earth after 5 long years. In her small cabin, Lily opened her pack. The creature climbed out, looking around with curious eyes. It stretched its tiny wings, revealing membrane-thin structures that caught the light like stained glass. I guess I need to name you, Lily said. The creature tilted its head as if considering, then a strange thing happened. Lily heard a voice not with her ears but inside her mind. Ember, the word formed clearly distinct from her own thoughts. Lily jumped back, startled. The creature simply watched her, golden eyes unblinking. Did you just? She began. Ember, the voice in her mind came again, soft but distinct. Yes, telepathy. Lily had heard rumors of species with such abilities but never encountered one. I should report this, she thought automatically, then remembered Elder Klaus warning him. Lily, she said, feeling slightly foolish talking to the small creature. I know, Ember replied in her mind. You are Firehair Protector Warrior, the one who bleeds for others. How do you know that I have always known? Ember curled up on her pillow, his scales now perfectly matching the gray color. We have waited for one like you. The transport ship rumbled as it prepared for departure. Lily sat on her bunk, watching the small creature apparently named Ember. She should be terrified, should be reporting this to her superiors, but something about the tiny being felt right somehow, as if she had been missing something her entire life without knowing it. The ship lifted off, leaving the purple skies of Kepler 9 behind. Lily watched through the small window as the moon grew smaller. Against regulations, she kept Ember out of his hiding place during the jump to hyperspace. The creature seemed fascinated by the streaking stars, its scales reflecting the light show outside. 3 days into the journey back to Earth, Lily discovered more about her new companion. Ember grew slightly larger each day, now the size of a large cat. His wings, too, were growing. He ate very little, seeming to absorb energy from light itself. He spent hours studying everything in her cabin, learning at an incredible rate. At night, when ship lights dimmed, Ember would curl against her neck. His presence somehow kept away the nightmares that had plagued her throughout the deployment, dreams of battle, of fallen comrades, of explosions. Instead, Lily dreamt of vast crystal fields and strange skies with multiple moons. 2 weeks into the journey, Lily woke to find Ember staring at the cabin wall, his scales pulsing with alarm. What's wrong? She asked. Still half asleep. Watching, Ember replied. Someone watches. Through the void, Lily sat up, fully awake now. The cabin was secure. No cameras, no monitoring devices. Who is watching? Silver eyes, Ember said. The tall ones. They searched before Lily could question further. The ship's alarms blared. A voice came over the intercom. All personnel prepare for emergency maneuvers. Unidentified object on intercept course. Lily grabbed her uniform, pulling it on quickly. She secured Ember in her pack, whispering for him to stay hidden. Then she rushed to her emergency station. As the ship rocked with sudden movement, Through the main viewing port, Lily saw it. A vessel unlike any she had ever seen, sleek and silver like liquid metal flowing through space. It moved impossibly fast, circling their transport ship, then vanishing. In a flash of blue light false alarm came the announcement, "Sensor malfunction. All personnel return to quarters." But Lily knew better. She had seen the ship with her own eyes. When she returned to her cabin, Ember was sitting on her bunk. His golden eyes serious. "They have found us," he said in her mind. "They know I am here." "Who are they?" Lily asked. "The tall ones. The ancient ones." Ember replied, "They sent me to you." Lily sat beside the small creature, confusion and worry battling in her mind. "Why would they send you to me?" "Protection," Ember said. "To save, to guard." The darkness comes. Lily had many more questions, but Ember would say no more. The creature curled up and appeared to sleep, leaving Lily to wonder what she had become involved in. What darkness, what ancient ones, and why her as Earth came into view weeks later. Lily felt both relief and apprehension. Her tour was over. She was going home. But she carried a secret now, a secret that curled against her chest as she prepared for landing. A secret, with golden eyes and telepathic abilities. A secret that Elder Clo had entrusted to her alone. When the ship docked at the orbital station, Lily passed through security without incident. Ember remained perfectly still in her inside pocket somehow, avoiding detection on all scans. His ability to hide from technology would prove useful in the coming days. The shuttle to Earth's surface gave Lily her first view of home in 5 years. Blue oceans, white clouds, green and brown land masses. It looked peaceful, untouched by the conflicts raging on distant worlds. But as they descended, Lily noticed Ember growing agitated. "What's wrong?" she asked silently, having learned to communicate with him through thoughts. "The silver eyes watch us here too," he replied. "They have been here for a long time." Lily gazed out at her home planet, wondering what awaited her there. She had expected peace after years of combat. Instead, she carried a mysterious alien creature with